it's Lisa. I have just done a page using this collection, and there's not much left of it. I've done several pages with it over the 3 years or so that I've had it. I also have some 6x6 papers in here that were similar, and I'm ready to break this down. So I thought I'd show you how I go about breaking down a collection and where it ends up once I'm done using it. I store my paper collections in these Sterilite drawers. And this is Chamel's Go Now Go collection, and I used Stampin' Up! Markers to kind of show the colors so you could see at a glance when you opened a cabinet and saw those drawers what colors were in this collection. And I'm ready to break this down because I've used it for several layouts, and then the drawer can be used for something else. So I'm just going to dump everything out here. Embellishments like this that could be used for anything, these hearts, are going to go in drawers, also these pull-out drawers that I keep here close to my work area, and I'll just tuck those in with other embellishments in sort of a general embellishment area, and that's where those will end up. Things like these wood veneer pieces will also go in that drawer, probably in a separate little compartment. I've got some wood veneer pieces in a box. I'm going to try to pull them out. Let's just pull out the whole drawer. So these will go back here in a box. Now the danger though with these is that I tend to forget them. I have to work a little bit to go back through this drawer and look at some of the things back here. The little hearts I probably won't forget. They'll be up here close to the front, and they'll be with some general things like clouds and cameras and butterflies, and here's some cork pieces, those kind of things. My enamel dots and my brads and also are in this drawer, and these are the kind of things that I would reach for most any layout. The other embellishments that we have here, all of this die cut stuff, I have another drawer where I keep these kind of things. I need to be a little bit more judicious though and see, is this something I'm really going to use? So I'll sort through those and see if there are things that I think I would use. And like that F, I don't even know if that came from this collection or some other. I'm not going to use that. So there's really no point in saving it. So I'll just have to go through those and decide. Now again, this is not all just the American Crafts collection. This was also some Simple Story stuff. That's probably where that F came from. So those pieces are part of it too, and I'll just have to go through and see which ones I want to keep. Some of them I may lay aside for cards. I've been doing a lot of cards lately, and a few pieces like that would be really good for cards, but things like the scissors I probably would not put on a card. The butterfly would be really good for a card. So I'm just going to divide those up, and I'll have to go through those a little bit at a time and see which ones that I want to pull out. Now something like that would be really good for a scrapbook page. So some will go in my scrap drawer, some will stay out here for cards, and then the papers, I love things like this generic stripe that will go with everything, and I have a special folder where I keep papers that have all that kind of color to them. Another one that I have in this collection, it's not that one, let's see, it's this. This solid green, this is a great background paper. It's also got this wonderful print on it. Now this was from a completely different collection from Fancy Pants, but it got put in this drawer because of the colors. I'm probably tempted to save that with the stripe so that I will pull it out and use it for cards or scrapbook pages that need those bright colors in the future. This has gotten so small that I'm just going to trim it down. And we're going to store what's left of it with 6x6, and you'll see that in a moment. Papers like these, where there's a decent amount, some people would just trash this stuff. I tend to save it, at least for the short term, so these are going to go in my blue drawer. I can look on the back and decide that I might want to use them somewhere else. Again, there's all that pretty generic color, but I'm just going to stick that in the blue drawer. This one is a full solid page of wood grains, so it will go in the neutral drawer, and I'll show you those drawers in a moment. This piece is a challenge because one side I don't like and the other side has multi-colors to it. It's very sort of specific print. That will probably go either just go ahead and be donated or go into a folder where I kind of keep those busier print patterns. And here we have the drawers that I mentioned that are by color. And they have 12 by 12 paper, and then they have some larger scraps. And I turn to these when a collection doesn't work out for me, or I just need something else to supplement a collection for a page. The neutrals drawer is where that wood grain will go, and there's actually quite a bit of wood grain in there because that makes a great foundation for pages. What I do with the small pieces is put them in this box that I got at the dollar store, and I have a section in the front where I keep all of the little bits that were left from various collections, and they're not always 6 by 6, sometimes they're just small pieces. Any 6 by 6 papers that have been cut into go in this front, and this is what I flip through first whenever I want to do die cuts or I just need a small amount of pattern paper. And then I have sections by color, all the reds, pinks together, all the yellows together, all the greens together, and this is where the full-size 6 by 6 pieces go. So this is, when I broke down the collection, that's where those selections go. Pieces that are an all-over kind or multicolored type of print go in the back and often end up on cards and things of that nature. So this box is just something I turn to all the time when I am doing cards and scrapbook pages. These are also going to go in that sticker drawer, and every once in a while I go through it and sort of organize it and pull things out, but a lot of times I'm just kind of at this point flipping through it and looking for things to go on pages. The things that are left are a set of thickers, which will go in my thickers drawer, and it is really well organized by color. Something like this will probably go either in the front or the back, where I will keep a variety pack. I think I typically keep those in the back, but I may stick this one in the front so that I don't forget that I have it. I don't have very many variety packs of color thickers. They're either, you know, all reds or all oranges or all blues or whatever. So that's where those will go, and thickers get pulled out once I start losing a lot of the vowels. Then you can't buy a vowel, you can't use the thickers very well. So I'm going to keep using this one, at least probably one or two more layouts. And what's left are these embellishments. And these are going to hang out here on my table for a little while. I've been making some cards to donate, and I think that these would make really cute cards to donate. I could put a little string through those and make a little banner. There's lots of elements here that work, and I even pulled a few of the stickers out that I thought were appropriate for cards. So I'll use these maybe along with some of the 6 by 6 papers and do a few cards, and that is a broken down collection for me. So a lot of stuff went in many different places. Occasionally I'll have a collection that I know I'm not going to use any of those things, so out they go. But usually there's stuff I can salvage, especially in those B-side papers. Thanks for watching today, and I hope you found the video valuable and will check out other videos on my channel.